In this much requested video, I'm gonna show you how I color grade the Apple ProRes LOG footage to look nice and cinematic. But before we jump into color grading, let's make sure our footage is actually recorded in ProRes LOG format. First thing you have to do is to make sure you have enabled ProRes recording. This can be done from the settings by first going into camera settings and then formats. From there, you need to toggle on Apple ProRes and also make sure the ProRes encoding is set to log. This is if you want to use the main camera app on your phone. I myself don't really use that. Instead, I use an app called Blackmagic Cam. I find it to be an amazing camera app, and it happens to be completely free as well. I won't go more deep into how the app works or anything, since I already made a video of that a few weeks ago. But again, just make sure you have Apple ProRes 422 HQ as your codec, and your color space is set to Apple Log HDR. So, why do you need to shoot in ProRes LOG? Well, you don't, but if you really want to make sure that your footage looks as good as possible, then this is your way to happiness. Shooting LOG flattens your image and preserves more detail in shadows and highlights, and gives you more flexibility when you start to play with grading. Shooting in ProRes gives you more depth of field, and overall it takes away that digital sharpness that phone videos usually have. By far the biggest issue shooting like this is the massive file sizes. So, I recommend recording directly into external SSD. But okay, let's get down to color grading process. I will show you two ways to approach this. First way is the easiest way, and that is using pre-made LUTs. Lookup tables, or as they are known, LUTs, are color grading files that you can just add into any video footage, and it will automatically assign a new color grade to it. By applying predefined color transformations, LUTs help you achieve specific visual styles, such as enhancing contrast, changing hues, or emulating film looks without having to manually adjust individual image parameters. For color grading night footage, I often use my own LUTs that I have now added to my website, from where you can download them if you want to use my color grades. You can find the link in description. Even though these LUTs work as is, I usually tend to add some smaller adjustment on top of my LUTs. So after adding a LUT, I might still adjust the exposure or hue or temperature of the footage. And I usually also add some grain as well, just to give that special cinematic style. LUTs also work on every major editing software and even on most phone applications, so can't go wrong there. The second way to color grade your footage is doing it by hand. Here I will show you how I color graded this shot to have the similar look that my magenta night LUT has. So, if you're not familiar with DaVinci Resolve, this is how the color grading view looks like. DaVinci is node-based software, but don't worry, all these adjustments and everything also apply for other editing softwares like Adobe Premiere, Final Cut, etc. And this is basically how my node tree looks like. And if I disable all these nodes one by one, you can see how I have cooked the final look one element at a time. So, here's my ungraded super flat Apple ProRes LOG clip that I have imported here. And first thing I need to do is convert it into Rec 709, meaning that I try to make it more lifelike instead of this flat and dull image. One cool thing about DaVinci is that you can easily just change the color space by using this effect. I guess most of the editing softwares have the same thing, but if they don't, you can just use a LUT to convert your footage from log to Rec 709, or just add a ton of contrast and saturation. Next in line for me is I usually adjust the temperature at this point. And if I toggle this node on, you can see how the footage turns from this warm and yellowish into more cool and blue. I usually crank the temperature slider quite far into the cool temperatures. Like this time, this is basically as cool as it gets. Vice versa, if I turn the slider all the way to the other side, you can get this super warm and yellow image that also sometimes works. But today we are going for that cool and moody style. Next, I adjust the curves. With the curves, I add even more blue tones into the footage. And I do that by adding some blue into the highlights and shadows by lifting the blue curve from both ends. Actually, here you can get some pretty interesting results usually with these nighttime videos, so I do recommend playing with these blue curves and find out what you like. You could potentially add more brightness into these red highlights as well, but we are actually doing that later using a different method, so let's just leave it as it is this time. Then let's toggle on the HDR mode. Personally, I think this is where the magic happens. I will basically add different color hues into the footage using these HDR tools. So for global, meaning overall lighting situation, I will add some bluish magenta tones. And same thing for the light areas. Since those neon lights were kind of red, I will add some red tones to them here. Yeah, that looks good. And then, this is something that you guys ask me a lot. How do I get this glowing look to my footage? And this is just a glowing effect that I apply here. You just have to make sure not to go crazy here, if you know what I mean. Like, you can go way overboard like this. Like, don't do that. And the last note I usually do is the amp light. And as you can see here, those magenta neon lights really start to shine. As you saw earlier, there's multiple ways to do this, but what I like to do is to open RGB mixer and just add a ton of power to the red output like this. You can also remove the red in total from the video, which is kind of cool as well. But not the style that we are after this time, I guess. Similar to the curves, I will play around with these sliders and just try to find a style that you like. I guess for bonus, I could add a new node and call it grained. You know, just adding the basic film grain on top of this all just makes this footage look even more cinematic, and that is the style we are looking for. I usually create the grain by toggling this grain only button on, so I can see the amount and strength of the grain a little better. Something like this. Here you can see the creative video, and at least for me it looks really good. One extra thing I usually do is that instead of regular film grain, I add the enhancer plugin on top of the footage like this. I know this is a plugin that not many people necessarily have, but if you do, I highly recommend adding this as the last node you have. I just think the grain looks more realistic and nice versus the regular film grain effect, but honestly, the difference here is so small that either one will do. But that's it. This is my method for color grading my night footage. It's honestly quite simple, and if you look at this node tree, you can see how little it actually takes when the original footage is shot properly. But if you do feel like this is too much, or you just hate color grading in general, I would recommend using LUTs for this process. For example, that magenta look that we just did is super simple by just adding this LUT on top of the footage, and you are good to go. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this color grading video. A lot of you have been requesting a video like this, and I of course appreciate your feedback. So, if you did enjoy this, please leave me a comment and hit the like button, and I will make sure that I will make more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, see you next time.